colors. Moving on to the last on the table. Last time we only brought you 5. We decided to bring you 6 this time. Hubble Super Cork. Now, this one is exactly what it says. It's got that great cork bark quality to a Japanese maple.
Yeah, this was an introduction by our friend Scott Hubble, who loves Japanese maples, has a maple nursery in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and loves bonsai. And he selected this one because this one is one that really barks up extremely well, but it barks up to the 9th degree. I mean, it's one of the most cork bark selections of any of the pine barks.
Even at a very early age, you get a whole lot of that going on. Now, I mentioned in my last video, I actually brought up Scott in the last video because I sent him that Allen's Gold because I know he's a bonsai guy and he's going to love that. Well, this is what we traded. So he sent me back Hubble Super Cork, and we both felt like we won that deal for sure because they're both super cool plants. This is one Scott specifically named for having that early bark into it. So it's going to have, you know, more of a corky style bark than like Arakawa or Nishikigawa, if you're familiar with pine bark Japanese maples. But the best thing about this one is it develops it pretty early. I've even had a 7-gallon plant that had an extreme amount of bark all the way up the plant, and it really showed off what it can do at an earlier age. And that's perfect for bonsai guys because you can air layer this, you can create so much from this one plant then, and you're going to get those genetics at an earlier age. So you're going to get what makes it look like a much older plant, which is really what we're doing with bonsai anyway, is recreating that older looking nature. But you'll get that at a younger age with Hubble Super Cork.
And it does cork up so much. It is one of the more corky types of the pine bark selections.
But yet still vigorous.
Yeah.
Unlike like Isaiah Nishiki Kawazu we tried to do a few years. And that one barks up so quickly that it ends up killing itself out. It's not a very durable plant. Hubble Super Cork has the early corking, but it's still a good durable plant.
Yeah, and it's a great plant that really gives you some good fall color. And it's a nice vibrant green in the springtime. And so you really get a lot throughout the season with this plant. The reason people like those cork bark types for bonsai is because what they do is they give the appearance of a very old plant at an early age. And so if your goal is that you want to get a bonsai and train it and develop it, but you want it to really start showing age quickly, Hubble Super Cork is a great way to do that because it's one of those plants that aged pine bark look really stands out on this one and is one that's going to really get very thick all across the plant and give the appearance of a really old tree, even if your specimen is, you know, in that 5-year range, 7-year range, rather than 150-year-olds.